Hey guys, how's it going? It's Ross here, back on MGF Customs, and after finishing up those Batman videos, I did get back to work on my upcoming custom LEGO Spider-Man No Way Home project, and I just finished my fully painted Spider-Man No Way Home integrated suit. So the suit that Tom Holland wore in the third act of the film, all fully painted by hand by me, and it was insane. Because painting LEGO Spider-Man suits just is insane, going line for line with the webbing. However, this time, since the showcase is still a little ways off, I'm working on wrapping up Andrew Garfield next, and then I gotta make Tobey Maguire's entire suit. The showcase is not gonna happen for a minute, but I wanted you to see what this particular Spider-Man suit, now that I have it done, looks like up against LEGO's official retail minifigure that, of course, they mass-produced for the Spider-Man No Way Home sets last year, and it's really interesting because this time, unlike with the previous Batman minifigure, I actually took some direct inspiration from LEGO. So this time, starting off with a quick look at LEGO's integrated suit here. I think you guys have all seen it at this point. It's actually a really great minifigure. LEGO Spider-Man minifigures of the last several years have always, for the most part, consistently been really great, and this one is no exception, with a really good mask print design. I especially like the torso, which I'll talk more about in just a second, but also the legs being double molded with the leg printing on top of that. It's just all around a really good minifigure, and hopefully the day will come when we can get consistent arm printing on LEGO Spider-Man minifigures, because we've started to see that now, obviously, in a lot of other sets. The unmasked head that LEGO included, though, I mean, they've been using this one since 2019. I've never really seen this as being Tom Holland. To me, it's always just been the generic Peter Parker face that's just kind of all-encompassing, I guess. This is not Tom Holland. This dude just looks like he's ready to come up to your door and tell you about his Lord and Savior. The alternate face, he's just very unhappy to be here and in this video, but that's okay, I understand. Now though, I want to give you a look at my custom fully painted integrated suit that I actually got started on before the movie came out, and it's really something that I am proud of. This figure turned out to be almost everything that I was hoping it would be after a long, drawn-out process of very tedious paint work. I mean, painting LEGO Spider-Man suits webline for webline requires absolute precision, organization, patience, and it's just, there are so many factors involved with needing to know where every single web line is going to go. Is it even? Is it too close to the others? How will this line connect to this one? How will this design connect to this area? And just all these different factors that have to be considered in making the overall custom painted LEGO suit look cohesive on the minifigure, and all of that takes a very long time. Obviously, key differences from LEGO's official pad-printed minifigure that they mass-produce. I have to wrap the webbing around the entire mask, so can't just stop on the front or the back. The web lines have to be accurate and continue all over the entire head, 360 degrees. Every single web line, even if you are organized, even if you are exercising precision and you know where your designs are going, each line has to essentially be tended to and cared for as you go. You get one edge of the line looking clean and connecting that, but you also have to correct. There's always that element of masking, correcting, overlapping. I'll talk more about that in the tutorial video that I'm going to do for Tobey Maguire's suit over on the Patreon eventually. But with this one, I was just really happy with the end result because it's just really not easy to do. Andrew Garfield's mask was actually a lot harder. I've already talked about that a little bit in a previous video, but I did mention I started on this figure back in early December 2021. So I ran into a complication because I was working on the suit before the movie came out. I was working off of reference from Hot Toys Collectibles. I have tons of these figures from them, and they are the best collectibles on the market, but unfortunately they had some outdated reference and it was inaccurate, and so the shoulders on their collectible figure were not in line with the more boxy and square designs on the shoulder in the actual film. So I painted the shoulders on my integrated suit to be pointier and inaccurate, and I'm not repainting them. However, this is where I want to bring in LEGO's official minifigure once again to compare here, because you'll notice some distinct similarities between the torsos on theirs and my minifigure, because their designs were sound and accurate, and I was like, well, I have this minifigure and I might as well just prop them up so I can look at the torso that LEGO had and the back of theirs and just take as much inspiration from their design as I could, and that's what I did throughout the painting process on both sides, the front in early December and very recently recently when I wrapped up the figure by finally painting the back this past week. And so it turned out really good on both sides. I'm really happy with it. There are some minor differences, like for instance, the secondary lines that LEGO has on the sides, they're like all in gray and you can kind of see that there. Whereas with mine, of course, I had to make it even harder and use metallic black as the secondary black color for this suit. Why is that a problem? Why is that challenging? Well, I used matte black as the primary black color for the minifigure, and then the metallic black is great, but the problem is, I mentioned before and in older videos, the overlapping technique to make lines where essentially you get one edge clean and straight and then you go over it with more paint to just kind of create the opposite edge, and you're kind of working off both sides to create lines, and basically shiny black paint blends in with wet regular paint. And yeah, that was not fun or easy on the human eye. I also mentioned in a previous video that painting the legs on minifigures is generally one of the most time-consuming parts about making them, because whatever designs you have to paint usually have to wrap around all four sides, and in this case, listen man, I just really did not enjoy painting these legs, because I mean, even Iron Man legs are generally easier. When you're dealing with so many different lines and so many different colors, and then also that problem of trying to literally see where my metallic black paint lines were going, I mean, then having to also paint webbing wrapping around the boots that had to also make sense and look cohesive and right going around the boxy legs, it's just not pleasant, and it takes a lot of time. So I eventually got through it all after, I want to say, a week of working on these legs on and off. It's just that tedious of a design, and you can probably notice that a lot of those lines in the middle, they start out as these really complicated designs on the front, and then as they go around the legs, they're kind of like sandwiched lines that all meet in the back. It's a whole thing. And that's the thing about painting LEGO Spider-Man suits by hand. It's just a whole thing. And it's a slow process for each of them, no matter how much I want to have them done, no matter how much I want to have a fully painted Tobey Maguire Spider-Man suit in front of me and I can finally stop waving around Phoenix Customs printed one. I mean, I got a blank slate I gotta start with again. And I'm excited though, because I almost just dropped Toby off the desk. I am excited though, because I love every iteration of these Spider-Man. They obviously, like you guys, all had a very big impact on my life at every stage of my life. So this is still my most hyped showcase that I've ever done since like Infinity War. So one last thing I want to show you a quick glimpse at, because there are things in this video that I have not shown you that will be in the showcase, like alternative heads for Peter. Like I have the bloodied one actually, that's a Firestar head that will be in the video. That's when he was fighting Green Goblin at the end. But to give you an idea of what a proper Tom Holland likeness is, speaking of Phoenix Customs a second ago there, this is his pad printed, just like official LEGO printing, Tom Holland likeness from Infinity War that actually came with his Iron Spider metallic coated printed figure that I did review on the channel previously. I'm not painting a Tom Holland face when I have these really good printed ones from him already. I just use these whenever I need them. But even on top of that, I have the pincers that I'm working on for the integrated suit. Can you see that? They're like, I mean, it's the full set of articulated pincers, and it's gonna be really cool. Posting these over on the Patreon first as soon as I'm done with them, and they weren't even in the movie, but also again, Hot Toys Collectibles having their outdated and inaccurate reference, they had the pincers on their figure, and so I had them from Tuminio, and I figured I would paint them to incorporate onto my integrated suit, even though they weren't in the movie. So that'll also be in the showcase, and you'll see that then. But yeah, for now, I just wanted to give you this quick look at my fully hand-painted custom LEGO Spider-Man No Way Home integrated suit compared with the official LEGO minifigure that I'm sure many of you have, that were mass-produced for the retail release of sets with the Spider-Man No Way Home line. And I think that LEGO did a great job on their minifigure. I think it's fantastic, and one of my favorites from them, I think my favorite might still be the CMF line one, because that has the arm printing and everything. But I mean, with all of that, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I'm gonna get back to work because I'm really excited about these showcases. Again, the first one is going to feature the integrated suit Andrew Garfield Spider-Man and Tobey Spider-Man, and it's gonna take me a minute. I've got a lot of webbing to paint. Of course, you can catch me over on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, where I post all of my teaser edits and Photoshop previews of these custom minifigures after I've already posted the progress over on the Patreon. And yeah, thanks to everybody over on Patreon for the continuous support. It's always why anytime I make any substantial amount of progress on any of my custom minifigures, I'm always just so excited to post it over there and get their reactions. And it's just really cool. So yeah, I hope to see you in one of those places. Otherwise, I'll see you over on my vlog channel. We're wrapping up the Moon Knight reactions pretty soon here. Episode 5 just came out, and I've got the weekly vlog still going where I'm posting other stuff like collectibles and things that you probably don't care about here. So I'll see you next time. Stay safe out there, and as always, keep creating. All right, bye guys.